Man, what a year it has been for gaming. And I don't mean that in a positive sense, that we've had some great hits this year. I mean, it has just been washed. First, the Switch 2 comes out with a $500 price tag and $80 games, and if you want the physical version, you'd have to pay 90. And some of them aren't even real games, they're game key cards that you just put into your device to download the game. So it's not even a real physical game, it's just an illusion that they're charging you for. And when it comes to raising prices, nobody does it like Xbox, because they have just been making the worst decisions possible recently. First, it's closing all their game studios, then it's raising their prices, then it's releasing an overpriced ass handheld that still doesn't even really compete with the Steam Deck, and then it's spinning the block again to raise the prices, and hell, who even knows if they're finished? They might be like, well, we've already had breakfast, we've already had lunch, why not add an extra $50 to the tag for dinner? And as for PlayStation, they just kinda been chilling this year, not a whole lot of anything from them. It feels like nowadays we're paying 10 times the price to get 1/10 the return. And amongst this black sea of corporate greed, there lies one star that shines brightest of them all: Steam. Because yesterday Steam announced their newest hardware lineup. This is the first time Steam is announcing anything in the hardware department since the Steam Deck came out.
Start with this one. This is the new Steam controller.
God damn, this thing is big as a bitch. This thing does not look comfortable to hold at all. Who was this controller designed for? This shit looks like some concept art that would have been floating around Nintendo headquarters when they were developing the Nintendo 64 controller. Like they were in there thinking, how can we make this the most uncomfortable shit for gamers to hold? And then they were like, I got it. And then they drew up this concept. And then they scrapped it and went with that weird fucking controller that has 3 appendages for some reason. I do understand why it looks like this. This controller was made to be compatible with most Steam games, even games that weren't really designed with the controller in mind. So to accomplish that, they obviously had to add a bunch of buttons and configure it in a certain way, and this was probably the best way they could achieve that. So it's not even really a bad design given what it's setting out to do. I just couldn't help but point out how fucking weird it looks.
The new Steam controller works with any device running Steam or Steam Link, whether it's a PC, Mac, handheld, smartphone, Steam Deck, or the new Steam Machine. Oh! This is the new Steam Machine.
Behold, the future. This is what I really wanted to talk about. This is the Steam Machine. Shit's out here looking like an Amazon Fire Cube. But the cube was on roids, crack, acid, and just got hit with a wave of that 3 a.m. motivation. This is a miniature gaming PC that's configured to be like a console. So it's designed to be played on a TV like a normal console if you want, or you could use it as a PC, just like Burger King used to say, have it your way. And if that sounds a little bit familiar to you, it's because it's what many speculated the next gen Xbox was gonna be: a PC console hybrid. And I swear, when that news that Xbox was allegedly, nothing's confirmed, when that news hit that Xbox was making a PC console hybrid, those Xbox gamers were throwing their hands in the air, doing celebration dances, all that shit. They were chanting about how Xbox was finna end the console wars, and how Xbox was finally finna be the king. And now that we have this announcement, man, their balls have never been more blue. Xbox is pretty much done, man. They've got barely any semblance of a brand left. They've got no games. Their consoles are overpriced as hell. They're already being pulled from certain stores. And the one good idea they did have for a console PC hybrid, which I'm not even fully convinced was their idea, just got snatched from right out their hands. If you ask me, I don't think it's a coincidence that right after we got all those rumors about Xbox having a console PC hybrid, we get the Steam Machine, which is a console PC hybrid. What I think might have happened is that maybe something got misconstrued in the pipeline, and Xbox was never really working on a console PC hybrid. It was actually just the Steam Machine the whole time.
It was me, Barry.
At this point, it wouldn't even matter if they did make a console PC hybrid, because it's Xbox, the company that's been making the worst possible decisions when it comes to gaming recently, versus Steam, the biggest online gaming store in the world with no competition. Seriously though, Xbox right now is like Goku in that one episode of Dragon Ball GT when he's fighting Omega Shenron and he can't fight anymore and he's just bluffing like, don't come any closer, I can destroy you with one flick of my wrist. And in reality, he's trying not to fall over.
Are you ready to finish this battle once and for all, Saiyan?
Actually, I'm looking forward to continuing this. Allow me to demonstrate some more of my new Super Saiyan powers for you. Okay, enough bluffing, Goku. I practically have no power left and my legs feel like they're made of jelly.
There's something I've thought for a while now, and this just kind of reaffirms my suspicion. I don't think Xbox is going to be around for too much longer, at least not in the same capacity it is now. I think they're probably going to go the way that Sega did, and stop making consoles, but like keep making games under the Xbox brand and just sell them to their competitors. Which even that might not be a viable solution, because the way they've been closing their game studios, they don't have a whole lot left to release. But this isn't about Xbox acting like a panda and trying the hardest to kill themselves. It's about the newest Steam hardware, so let's get back into it.
Steam Machine is a powerful gaming PC in a small but mighty package, designed for your games on the big screen. It's quiet too, which is crazy since it's 6 times more powerful than a Steam Deck, powered by a discrete, semi-custom AMD GPU, enabling 4K gaming.
I didn't want to pause again so soon, but I just had to. 6 times more powerful than the Steam Deck? That is a certified beefcake right there. A Steam Deck is supposed to be as powerful as a PS4, which would put the Steam Machine almost on the same level as a PS5, since the PS5 is about 8 times as powerful as the PS4. Now that might not seem like a lot, considering that the PS5 is already weaker than the Xbox Series X, which means in a contest of raw strength, it really only beats the Switch 2, which is not a high bar at all, until you realize that it does that while being the size that it is. This thing allegedly keeps up with a PS5 while also being 3 times smaller than it. This shit is smaller than my damn Wi-Fi router, and it's still keeping up with the PS5. And don't forget, this isn't even a console. This is a whole gaming PC that can be a console if you want it to be. And since it's made by Valve, the parent company behind Steam, you can probably trust that this system is delivering exactly what gamers want. I know I got on Xbox ass a little bit earlier, but it's really not just them. Nintendo, Sony, and Xbox, they were all sweating bullets when they saw this announcement. So far, to the other gaming companies, the Steam Machine really does look like the guy she tells you not to worry about. Just like all the Xbox fanboys like to point out when they're glazing the next-gen console, most PlayStation games come out on Steam a year or so after the release. You can already play damn near every Xbox game with Game Pass, which is on like every PC ever, and because it's a PC, you can just emulate Nintendo games. So it's not just one company they're targeting, they're coming after everyone. They said we already have a monopoly on digital games, and now's the time for expansion. So far, the only problem I have with the Steam Machine is that the name is kind of stupid, and it only plays digital games. But again, it's PC, it only has to play digital games. Not to mention, when it comes to digital games, especially with Steam, 9 times out of 10 you're getting them for way cheaper because they go on sale all the time. So this really seems like a fair trade even for someone like me who really likes actually owning what you buy. The Steam Machine seems really cool. I think it has immense potential. As long as they can keep it at a reasonable price, which they haven't announced the price yet, by the way, but as long as it's a reasonable price, I think this will probably be a smash hit. This announcement reminds me of that one panel from Jujutsu Kaisen where Sukuna's like, don't get me wrong, this isn't a 2v1, it's a 3v1. But if Steam was Gojo and just went on to fucking smoke Sukuna, that's what this announcement reminds me of.
Puck built right in. And it's great for streaming your games to your phone, tablet, laptop, Steam Deck, or Steam Frame. Oh, yep. This is Steam Frame.
Oh, I'm sorry, did I say a 3v1? Because what I meant to say was it reminds me of that time that Madara fought the entire Shinobi Alliance, because they are just coming for the whole industry right now. That's right, they even made a VR headset, baby. Steam has already shown that they let their balls hang. But now they're showing that they let their dick hang too, because after putting Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox in their place, they looked over to Meta hiding in the corner and said, "You're next, bitch." Console games, VR games, the fucking Google Play Store games, everyone is in danger.
Steam Frame is Valve's next generation VR hardware. Stream all your Steam games, VR and non-VR alike, in this comfortable, lightweight, wireless VR headset. Steam Frame uses camera-based tracking, so getting into your games is as easy as slipping on the headset and waking it up. Steam Frame controllers, included with the headset, are designed with all the inputs you need for your VR titles, like motion controls and capacitive tracking for all your fingers, as well as a split gamepad layout to work with your whole Steam library. They even feature the same magnetic thumbsticks as Steam Controller for responsiveness and longevity. Steam Frame also pairs seamlessly with the new Steam Controller, a great companion for playing non-VR games in the headset.
So this is the Steam Frame, and immediately I'm just gonna say it's already better than the MetaQuest. I personally have a MetaQuest. Fun fact, this footage you're seeing right now is footage I recorded a few months ago that I haven't uploaded yet. So I can tell you, in order to get games on the MetaQuest, you have to download them from the Meta Store. And what's weird is that even though the MetaQuest is pretty much the only VR console, not really the only one, but like the biggest one, it can't even play all VR games. Two examples I can think of off the top of my head are Rick and Morty Total Reality, whatever it's called, and Duck Season. Both games that you can't download straight from the MetaQuest store, which is weird because I'm pretty sure that they're pretty big VR titles. Instead, you know what you gotta do? You gotta have a PC with Steam on it, download those games, and then connect a wire from your PC to your headset to play them. And worst of all, in order to even use your MetaQuest, they make you sign up for a Facebook account, which is the most evil thing you could ever demand of anyone. When I put that headset on for the first time and it told me that I had to create a Facebook account just to play the shit I paid for, I damn near took it back to the store.
To make sure streaming is smooth and stable no matter what, Steam Frame includes a wireless adapter that lets you stream your games from your PC to your headset over a fast and dedicated Wi-Fi 6 and Steam Frame is a PC, running Steam OS. In addition to streaming, you can install and play a bunch of VR and non-VR games right in the headset without a host PC. You can also expand your onboard storage to fit even more games with a micro SD card.
That's it for the announcement. Overall, everything looks very good. I cannot wait to see what they have in store with the Steam Frame and the Steam Machine. And if it's reasonably priced, shit, I might even pick one up. And I think this is going to be an overall good thing for the gaming industry as a whole. Like, Nintendo sold 1 million copies within the first week of the Switch 2 being released, and they had like no games for it. They had Mario Kart, Donkey Kong, and that was about it. And Donkey Kong didn't even release till like a few months later. And they can get away with that, well, because their main target audience is kids. But the other reason is because there's no competition pushing them to be better. And when you have stuff like this out actually striving to be the best option, then other companies are gonna also have to step their game up, because then they're gonna realize like, oh shit, if we don't do some, everyone's just gonna go over to them. So if they do this right, it'll probably be a stimulant for the entire gaming industry. So yeah, I have high hopes for the Steam Machine and the Steam Frame. But anyway, that's it for this. Bye.